Do I ever miss our old home? Am I fighting with people? Do you still love Disney as much as you used to? Do we support any charities? What is a goal that we have not achieved? Oh, I should do one day where it's just assumptions, because there's so many assumptions. I love a good sit down Q&A chatting about everything, literally everything. Nothing's off the table. So I posted on my Instagram stories and I grabbed as many questions as I possibly could, covering all sorts of stuff, spilling all sorts of tea. So I'm gonna make a cuppy of something. We could make a cocktail. Let's have a Cutwater. Cutwaters are next level and they're stronger than you think. I'm gonna put in a little cuppy. I'm gonna sit down in the living room, get cozy, and just answer all the things. Nothing is off the table. If that's something you wanna see, then just keep watching.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are?
All right, let's pull up these questions. There was a lot. So this was what I had put up, just to give you an idea. And I haven't looked at any of them. I just saw how many there were yesterday. I was showing Andre. So let's go through as many as we possibly can. Start at the top and work my way down. Let's take a sip. Get cozy, get comfy. All right. Okay, let's start with a light question. Have I seen the new Beetlejuice is one of the questions. Yes. So we just finished up with a full girls weekend. So my friend Kara and my friend Sam came down. They stayed with us. Andre dealt with our girliness all weekend. So my friend Sam had never seen the original Beetlejuice. So we set up like a really cozy, and what's funny, and if you see I filmed the champagne bottle. They made a beautiful champagne bottle in honor of Lily Bloom. Yes, of It Ends With Us. That was supposed to be an Ends With Us weekend. It turned into a Beetlejuice weekend. So Beetlejuice kind of took over, but we had our Ends With Us champagne outside with our Ends With Us cuppies that they made. So cute. And it ended up being a vibey Beetlejuice night outside. And I even have, I should turn it on. You wanna see what they brought? Sam brought this. It's a Beetlejuice light. So you guys have seen, I have like a Mickey one. This one's a Beetlejuice one. So it spins or it stays still. Let's do it. I've been putting it in here. I don't know if you can see it, but can you see it back there? Not really, it's too light out. I put it on at night. You'll see it in the house tour. So we did a Beetlejuice night outside. There was like a crazy thunderstorm while we were watching it. So that was cool to like experience Beetlejuice for the first time with somebody. And then we did brunch the next day. And then after brunch, we did like a boozy brunch. And then we went to see Beetlejuice in the theater. And I had like my cute little Beetlejuice hair sticks and my Beetlejuice purse. We got some popcorn. We tried to get the cool Beetlejuice popcorn bucket and they weren't having it. The AMC theater was not having it. So we gave up. And then that night, I think it was that night, we went to Halloween Horror Nights. So we had like a full girls weekend. So yes, I saw the new Beetlejuice. I loved it. Here's what I've been telling everybody that hasn't seen it, that's been asking me what I think about it. I like it, but I come from a place of yes with movies. Like it really takes a lot for me to dislike a movie. Was there parts that I was like, okay, they could have handled that better, but it's so much pressure. Like the sequel of a movie like Hocus Pocus 2 was the same. It's so much pressure on them to do that. So anything is great. And I know a lot of people had opinions about Hocus Pocus 2 as well. I loved it, but like I said, I come from a place of yes usually, so I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I love Bob, like the Shrinkers, love. I had the Beetlejuice nails even, like we went full Beetlejuice. Would we ever consider doing an adult coloring book? So in the planner, there's more and more of these like doodle spaces. Trying to find like an example. More and more of these like doodle things that you can color in. I do it in my regular planner a lot, and it kind of started with the monthly spreads. These people are loving coloring these in, and what a lot of people are saying is it's very peaceful and they're loving how chill it is, to which I was like, heck yeah. Colored one in the other day. It's so peaceful. So the short answer would be yes. I think a lot of people are enjoying it. It's good for your like mental health. It's just good for creative time. I love it. So I would love to. Yeah, I would love to have like coloring pages, and it's fun for me to create them. Do I meditate? Oh, this goes perfect. Yes, I do meditate. It's one of my glow up habits. So this is my glow up tracker for right now. I have a weekly checklist, and one of the items right here. So there's 20 little habits that I do. And I try to do them every single day. You can see like here are the ones that I missed. And what I do is where is it? There's my workout and then my 5-minute meditation right here. So you can see I missed 2 days. And then I do an assessment at the end of the week and I map out my score and what I could do better. So yes, I do meditate. And the meditations I do are just 5 minutes and I grab a YouTube one and I just try and pick a different one every single time, but it helps me so much. And I always do it post-workout because you have that like high of the workout, and then during my cool down, I'll usually do it while I'm stretching. So that's what I do. No questions, just wanted to let you know I appreciate you and your content brings me joy. Thank you. You want a golf cart ride around with us for Golden Oak and look at all the holiday decor. It's really fun. It was really fun too while all the houses were under construction to like see the progress, but the decorations are next level. It's really, really cool. There's a lot of rules that a lot of people don't know. We're not allowed anything inflatable, not allowed anything plastic, anything that can blow away, no political signs. There's like a lot of different rules. You're not allowed to decorate more than, I think it's like 20 days before the holiday, which I broke that rule. I'm gonna take it down before I leave anyway, so it's fine. Where did your love from all things Disney come from? Would love to hear the story. It's such a good story, and a lot of people think that Andre just like puts up with my Disney stuff. He's the one that introduced us to Disney. When we were younger, I think I was 20, we were dating, and we were supposed to go on a trip. We were trying to plan a trip, and we had planned to go to Edmonton. Being Canadian, we were gonna take a flight to Edmonton, and it was so expensive for us to fly to Edmonton, go to the West Edmonton Mall. It was one of the biggest malls in America back then. It's not anymore. And we were just super excited, but it was just so expensive. And he said, why don't we look at Disney instead? And so I priced out Pop Century with the Disney dining plan, and it came out to like half of what the price was for going to Edmonton, and way more exciting. So that was my first ever time to Disney when I was 20. He had gone as a kid many times, like his parents loved Disney, and we experienced it together, and I had planned it out like crazy. We had like the best meals. It was super fun. But as an adult, we kind of experienced it like in a much different way than I guess if we had kids with us or family members, and we just kind of did it the romantical Disney adult way, which is how we now still do it. And back then it was more like rides. And now if you follow us, you know that we'll do like 1 or 2, maybe 3 in one visit to a park for one day, and then like call it quits, go by the pool, chill. And it's really about like the food and the drinks and just walking around. Like today we literally went to Hollywood Studios and walked around. I don't think we did. Yeah, we didn't do anything. We literally just walked around. We got some popcorn, a Coca-Cola, and we just held hands and walked around. So yeah, we love Disney. And then with that came all the Disney tchotchkes and the love for Disney. I just love it. So hopefully that answers your question. Do you still love Disney as much as you used to? Yes, and more now. So I know that there has been some questions. It's a little boo behind me, the Universal dude. With us going to Universal, I know that we did like a full Universal Day video. We went to Harry Potter and all that. To me, it's just solidified how much I prefer Disney. So I do like Universal. It's fun. I love Halloween Horror Nights. I think it's super fun to just kind of, like I say, go to the dark side for one night. But I'm a Disney girl through and through. Like going to the park, you see the difference in the parks. And it's not even a knock on Universal. If you love Universal, you love Universal. It's just, one, I can't do half the rides at Universal because I'm a baby. I went on the Hogwarts, like the castle ride. Thought I was gonna die, mostly from the spider, and then they kind of like flip you up in the air. So that was a lot. I couldn't even handle Men in Black. I almost died. Literally almost, I thought I was gonna lose my lunch. So that doesn't really happen. And just the magic, a lot of people say that when they leave, let's say they're doing both parks in one trip. I hear this all the time. They'll do the Disney parks and then they'll go to Universal and it kind of feels like they lost the magic. I feel that. But that being said, to me, they win in the Halloween department. Like Disney could take a couple notes because Halloween Horror Nights changes every year. I don't know why Mickey's Not So Scary is the same every single year. And that's why I'm not going. I feel like it's really expensive to go and do something that we've already done. I know, I'm sorry. Other than getting a scary Teddy popcorn bucket, I don't see the point. I'm so sorry, and I know you guys really want me to go. I'm so sorry. And there's no cocktails. So for Disney adulting, it's not very fun. But that being said, with Epic Universe coming, it's gonna be insane. So might eat my words, but no, I will always be a Disney girly. Oh, this is, okay, so from the same person, Christina asked the same, another question. So she had asked the last question, but it's kind of like a follow-up question. Do I get bored or not as excited with Disney living here? No, it's actually better. I thought that would happen, that you lose the excitement, it's not as special. What it's allowed us to do is appreciate it so much more. You don't feel rushed. You don't have that Disney meltdown, as I used to call it. I would have one Disney meltdown per Disney trip where you're not doing all the stuff you want to do and you freak out because it's your one trip a year or one trip every 3 years and you're not going to get to do everything you want to do and you freak out. This just adds a level of peace that you can actually pause and enjoy stuff. Today, for the first time ever, we went through the Tower of Terror shop and I was like, I want to go see the Tower of Terror ride exit area. I just wanted to go see it. And it allows you to do that stuff without rushing through and not appreciating the era music and the snacks and the food and the workers and the people. And it's just, It's a very peaceful way to do it, and no, the magic does not go away. I wish I could tell you it does, because I feel like that's the answer everybody wants, but no, and it's very chill, very calm, very peaceful, and it just allows you to experience things that you otherwise wouldn't, because you just have the time and the freedom and the chillness. And what I really like is I'm not old, but I'm older, and I like having my own bed with my pillow. So that helps a lot. I like being able to take a break midday, go in the pool. I like peace and quiet. I like privacy. So all that stuff is awesome. But yeah, we thought that maybe you would get less excited about Disney stuff. No, we still lose our minds when we come here, and we're still super excited. So that's good. I mean, we've been here for over 3 years now. Has the lake in Canada, like the new house in Canada, been as quiet as we hoped? Yes. Oh, love that house. And I think it's going to get even quieter headed into the fall. Am I liking Gilmore Girls? I love it and have rewatched it multiple times. I freaking love it. It's so, what did Andre call it? He saw me watch. He hasn't really watched it with me, but he said it just looks really wholesome. I'm like, it's so wholesome. I laugh out loud. Lorelai reminds me of my sister. And her daughter, Rory, reminds me of my niece. Like, it's literally my sister and her daughter. Like, it's so cute. I freaking love it. Lorelai literally dresses like my sister did when we were growing up. Like, she has the same outfits. It's wild. And she has the same sense of humor. I love that show. Please don't spoil it for me. I'm only on season 3. I don't want to know anything. What do I do with my old planners? I kind of treat them like artwork. So if there's like a cover that I'm not using, that's why we did the numbers on them this season. So I kind of just display them. And we may or may not have things in the works. But yeah, I display them across in my offices or beauty room or on my desk here. And I just have them out in the background, kind of like as like a little artwork. I was debating framing some of them. But yeah, they are a piece of art. Like, we draw them. So yeah, I display them. And I interchange them a lot. Like, I was just looking at the train one from last holiday collection, the Christmas one. I think it was like the Hot Chocolate Express cover. I love that one. I was just looking at it. I was like, I want to display it at Christmas. Oh, this is a really good question. I get asked this a lot. Do we support any charities? Yes. I'm not going to go out and like post about it, but yes, we do. So how do I explain this without like, I still want to keep our privacy, but we have a wing that we support at the hospital from where we live in Canada for people with dementia and mental elderly stuff. I don't want to give too much information because also we don't do it to like share this, but a lot of people have been like, you don't donate. And I'm like, we actually do a lot. So that we're very passionate about. Andre's family and my family have both been affected by that with grandparents and stuff. So very near and dear to our hearts. So we donate to that. I don't even want to get emotional about this. And then the other cause that we as a whole family believe in very strongly is obviously animals. And there is an area at the animal shelter near where we live that is actually, there's like a little Carl area. So yes, we do donate a lot, and they're named after the puppies. So yes, hopefully that helps, but I never share these things to be like, look at what we did. And that's why I don't talk about it ever. But that's like, I feel like that's a thing that I share on these Q&As often. Don't ever assume that somebody online doesn't or does something just because you didn't see it. So just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. There's always these people that I see that are like, she doesn't walk her dog. Not me. I mean, you guys, Carl lives like a prince, so I don't feel like I take it on the chin with many things, but there is people that I see that comment under other women that I follow, and I'm like, why do you assume that? Like, you don't know. You don't have to be with her. Like, she didn't jump in the shower with you. Doesn't mean she didn't take a shower. So I just feel like we need to be cooler to each other, especially like girl to girl. Just saying. Clap for the other gals is my end result of that conversation. Let's keep going. Favorite meal that I've made at the Canada House. So I cook a lot at the Canada House. It's such a contrast from here. And I always tell Andre it's like an adjustment period when we arrive here because I'm just not cooking at all. Like I've used our stove here a dozen times. We've used the barbecue like 4 times. The fridge is always empty. It just has booze in it and condiments and leftover pizza. Like, there's nothing in there. And then in Canada, I cook the whole, like, all the time. So I got asked this the other day by our friends, like, what's Andre's favorite meal or my favorite meal that we've been cooking? He loves when I do casseroles, and headed into fall, I make a ton of them, but I had shared a bunch last year in my videos. I loved my Little Boo stew last year that I made, but I make this casserole. It's like a spicy chicken with mozzarella cheese and like there's noodles. It's just like a 1-pot casserole. He loves them. And I just do it on stovetop. We love that. Does Andre clean at all? Or do chores around the house? Absolutely. Andre is like a clean freak. He does a lot. Laundry, dishes. I think because we've been together for so long, we kind of divide and conquer and we each have our own things. One thing that he always does that's like, I've joked about this in prior videos, but you know how like you have a certain thing that you do that your spouse doesn't do and vice versa? One thing that he 99.9% of the time does is the garbage. I just don't like it. I really don't like it. And he does that like a champion. and his favorite day of the week is garbage day because then they take it away. Yeah, he's super, like, I mean, what do you want me to say? He's a top tier husband. I picked him out when I was 15 for a reason. If you guys don't know that, I met Andre when I was 15 and I was like smitten. If you've ever seen the movie 16 Candles, it's literally our story. He was 2 years older than me, so he was a senior, I was a sophomore. I saw him just like in 16 Candles. It's that Molly Ringwald. What's her name in the movie? She's so cute. And his name's Jake Ryan. He doesn't even know I exist.
He doesn't even know you exist. Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say.
That's literally, I think that came out of my mouth. I'm like, he doesn't know I exist. And then he asked me out on a date. And he even had a red car just like Jake. I was smitten. Still am. And he gets better looking. I find that very unfair that men get better looking and us women, we get cuter. It's fine. Do you and Andre see yourselves getting Carl a puppy sibling? This question I think I saw more than once. Listen, Carl was supposed to have a puppy sibling. We went in to get 2 dogs. We were getting Carl, and shortly after we were gonna get Ellie, because I wanted a girl dog. But then I wanted a boy, so it's fine. I'm a boy, I think I'm a boy mom at heart. We brought Carl home. I'm gonna find you guys the picture, okay? We're gonna pop it up. From the second that we met Carl, he was crazy, adorable, but insane. Even the first vet visit, she was like, you know, he's gonna be a handful. And he was like 1 pound. He was tiny when we first got him. And she said, he's gonna be a handful. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, he should be terrified right now. Like he was literally on the, like, you know, like the medical table at the vet. He was like running and like jumping off the table into her arms. And she was like, he's nuts. I was like, okay, that's awesome. Great. So he lived up to his expectations. Carl is a handful. He's very handsome. Love him. He got groomed the other day at camp. So when we send him to camp, he's basically with his babysitter who has 2 other dogs that are her dogs, and they're his best friends. And Carl has big dog energy, so it's perfect for him, and I feel like it makes him behave that much better. Like when we met Sarah, she just completely transformed Carl. Like I can't say enough good things about Sarah. You can follow her on Instagram. She has a company called Calm Collected Canine. If you need like training for your dog, she's local to where we live, but I'm pretty sure she might do online stuff too. So she's just amazing. Carl was very, very difficult when she first met him, and I feel like tamed the beast. So I can't say enough good things about Sarah. We love her. So when we joke that he's at camp or at Club Med, it's like he has more fun there than he does at home, so we never worry, which makes me feel really great. But all that to say, no, we had Carl for about a week and we're like, we can't do another dog. Like, are you nuts? So no. Right now we're good. And also I think Carl would go into a depression. He wouldn't be one of those dogs that's like, I want a sibling. He'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm the king here. I'm the star. You guys see it in my videos. Like I can't even film a normal morning routine without him being like, hello, I would like to be in your video. He does that on his own, by the way. Like anything that I'm filming, he wants to be a part of it. He's done it since he's a baby. Like he hears the camera turn on and he's like, I want to be a part of it. Film me, please. It's a good thing he's adorable. Do I still use the scent machine? The scent machine is here. I don't have the scent thing that goes into it. I'll probably get, like, when we come back for Thanksgiving, I'll put like a Christmas one in. And do we use it at the house in Canada? No, we have not. It's there. Is it there or did I give it away? I might have donated it. Here's the thing. The house in Canada smells so freaking good on its own just because the wood and then the fireplace, so I don't really mess with that. I have candles that I burn and that's that. Like, I don't really mess around with the smell in there because it just smells so good at that house. But this house, yes, we do use it. I just don't have a fresh, you need like a tube thing that goes into it. Oh, speaking of giving stuff away, someone was like, I live where you live. Can I get on your donation list? So our donation is to, this is like the different people. So Carl's babysitter is at like the top of the list because she's family, siblings, besties. And then from there, we usually, like if none of them want it, which usually they do, we tell them either like, if you don't want it, donate it, or we take it to the Salvation Army, which is, yeah, everybody. Sometimes I say things and I don't know if it's only in Canada, but no, everybody has Salvation Army. So yeah, that's what we do. Disneyland or Disney World, and why? I always get in trouble whenever I do this. Disney World. I love Disneyland for the history though. And I love Disneyland for the proximity that you can go everywhere. But the past couple times, especially the last time I went to Disneyland, I was disappointed. I'm sorry. For multiple reasons. The food being numero uno. The drinks being second. They're just not as good. You can get mad at me all you want. It's not the same. And just cue the angry people. I'm really sorry. I just think that the quality of food here's what happens. In Disneyland, my tummy always hurts because it's basically just like fried stuff and pizza. And like, there's never really like a culinary experience other than, I will say Napa Rose is awesome. Steakhouse, it's Steakhouse 55. It's a different number there. That was really good, but the last time we were there, it was closed. So yeah, Napa Rose is awesome, but that's like the only I'm sure that the Californians that are listening to this want to jump through the screen right now and be like, what are you talking about? But I just like Disney World. Also, the biggest thing is for us, the flight here is 2.5 hours. The flight to California is 5 plus. And I don't like to fly that much. There's a lot of questions about when we're going to reveal candles. They've been revealed. And when we're going to show Christmas stuff. I think I could promise you that I'll show you Christmas stuff. I'll show it to you if you guys want to, like midnight on Halloween night. Like I have this joke that like when the clock strikes midnight, we can show it to you at midnight on Halloween night. I don't mind. November 1st marks the beginning of Christmas. So yeah, I'll show you. But it's so good. It's so good. And I did a poll in our Facebook group of like, what would be like your vibe? I cannot tell you. We knew with the Halloween covers that the pumpkin spice was going to be really popular. I think the order of popularity we knew. Right before it launched, we were like, we think that the pumpkin spice is going to be popular. We didn't know to that extent. And then the Not So Scary we figured would be also very popular. And we knew that Fright Night would be popular, but maybe more niche. The Christmas launch, I have no it's so hard to tell, and they're really good. How do you balance family and friends when you're going back and forth from Florida to Canada? We have really good best friends here. We have a lot of friends. We're very social when we're here. Like sometimes Andre and I will be like, we just need a date night and to do nothing, because we literally land and go straight to see our friends because we love them so much, and we just have so much fun with our friends here. Like my best friend literally lives like right there. I love our friends here. So just such good people. They all have very interesting life stories too. Like they've worked so hard to get to where they are. They all have such an appreciation for life. Why? That just made me emotional. They've all had like things happen to them that made them be how and where they are today, and it's just very inspiring to be around people like that. I never thought Here's why it's emotional. I shared this in a recent morning routine and it really sparked some conversation. Some people were just flat out angry, and a lot of you guys actually commented underneath and you were like, what are you talking about? Like, this is what she means. So thank you. I just never really got along very well. Not along. I just didn't want to talk to our neighbors in Canada. It just wasn't inspiring. We didn't connect. And I always felt like I was like, maybe it's me. And then we moved here and we literally found best friends for life so quickly, and so many. And you know why? They're just super freaking positive. And they just have a really interesting outlook on life, and everything is YOLO and everything is dream big and you've got this, and so positive. It's amazing spending time with people like that. So the reason I'm emotional is I'm just very grateful that we've found these people. I just love them. With that said, what I meant in the morning routine whenever I said that I like not having neighbors, I'm very private. And also girls will understand, dudes will understand this too. If you want to walk outside your front door in like your pajamas with a messy bun, like, and just looking like a drowned rat status, you don't really want to see people and you don't want people to see you. Okay. That's all I meant by it. I'm just very private. And so the confusing part was like, but you're fine with people coming up to you in the parks? Absolutely. What would you rather? That I'm like, don't talk to me? Absolutely. I love meeting people in the parks, 100%, or anywhere. But yes, and that's all I meant was like the goal, the adulting goal was to not have neighbors. Yes, and I will not apologize for that comment. I'm just an introverted person. I know you wouldn't know that from being on social media and sharing things, but no, I'm very introverted. It gives me anxiety, especially with a dog that isn't always super duper well behaved. So to have our own area to just walk Carl, to me not to have to worry about him running into another dog and him losing his mind on children, it just brings me a lot of peace. So I like it. Okay, now that we've settled that, and to everybody that always, like, I notice you guys like come to my defense and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Because I feel like sometimes things are, when you do Q&As like this, or when you do any type of video and you speak for a long amount of time, there will be one thing that someone does not agree with, or is misconstrued or taken the wrong way. So thank you for always having my back. I appreciate it. And honestly, it is never lost upon me, like, this platform, and it is my continuing forever goal to create a very positive, uplifting, rainbows and sunshine, safe space on the internet. Like, it is so important to me, because the people that I do meet, whether it be in the parks or wherever, that tell me how much that helps them is the reason that I keep going. Like, I love it. There is days where I'm like, this is hard. And then I'm like, Angie, get it together. Take a sip. Okay, can we go lighter now? Because that was very emotional. No question, I just love Carl. We love Carl too. I need to post on Carl's Instagram page more. You know what? Carl needs to post on his own Instagram page. Would I come to Mexico someday? I've been to Mexico and we had the best freaking time. Like, it was one of my favorite trips. We had so much fun. Yes, absolutely. We don't travel that much. We got bit with the travel bug a couple years ago, and it's almost like we overdid it. And that's where our not love of flying came from. And now we just really like the quietness of Canada and then coming to Disney. And I know that's to some people like really boring, but we love it. Do Andre and I ever speak French around the house? Yes, we do speak French a lot to each other. And whenever we're with our friends, that don't speak French and they notice, they all think that it's hilarious or adorable, and we don't necessarily realize that we do it. But yeah, we do it a lot. Oh, how is the kitchen renovation going? Oh my Lanta, let me tell you. Well, it's gonna go really well. We're in the process. Is it going quickly? No, not at all. So we have a concept down. It's really just taking our time to do it properly, not going crazy with a budget. We're just not interested in doing that. Also, who would be? It's just, we want it to be a casual kitchen. We don't want to pay $1 bajillion for it. And I feel like that's a normal, reasonable response. But everything in construction and design and renovation is so flippin' expensive now that we're just taking our time with it, because the last thing we want to do is rush into something and then not love it and be like, we just spent a lot of money doing this. And then the other thing is to be in renovation for that long with noise and demo. It would be a lot, but we do have progress and it will be beautiful. And the concept is epic. It's basically like Seven Dwarfs cottage, like think like cottage-ish, like very cozy, quaint, rustic, very like a ton of character, but picture like if it was in Spain or Italy. So very like Mediterranean rustic is how I would explain it. And I would love to have like a pop of color being like blue. You know those like plates that I showed you guys at our place in Canada, that's like, what would you call it? Like those China plates that they have like the blueprint. My mom gave me a few and I just love it. They're like very country chic, but they could also incorporate some like mosaics or like Italian inspiration. Anyways, that's kind of what we're going for. And I would love to create like a stone archway that divides the living space from the kitchen space. And the whole point of it, by the way, is we don't really use the dining room. So we want to kind of blow out the dining room and it would just be one big kitchen, which is how we would live our lives. So we would double the size of the kitchen. That's how the goal came to be. Favorite snacks? Popcorn. Speaking of which, be right back. I did a cute little DIY the other day. Been talking to this forever. And my thought process was that I could put snacks in it. Now you're part of it. How cute! I feel like this should be the thumbnail. By the way, this is how I take a thumbnail. Whenever it's not a photo, I love sharing like the content creation tips. So I do it. And then I just screenshot it. Wait, look at this. Fun, right? That's how it's done. Would I change anything about the Disney house? I wish that there was a basement with storage, but no, not really. I mean, we'll continue to like add fun things like the Bambi room and different paintings and stuff like that, but nothing huge that I would change. I like the location. I like the corner of the neighborhood. We're in a very quiet corner. Hello, Magoo! Did you have fun? Would you change anything about our Disney home?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I was thinking. I like where we are. I like our little tree house.
Perfect for where we're at in our life, so.
I like it. Oh, any favorite food and drinks from Halloween Horror Nights? Right? We have an answer.
What?
We have an answer to that. The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Quiet Place drink, the light bulb was so good. And then the beans with the potatoes. It's soup. Listen, it's beans from a can. I'm not, like I said in a prior video, it's not a delicatessen here. We're back. My battery died. Always, that's another creator tip. Always have a multi-charging battery station. I learned that from Casey Neistat. He's like the OG YouTuber. He always had like a battery station. It was very organized. Went and got a battery, all good. What I was saying before it cut me off, our favorite HHN food was the drink, the light bulb drink from Quiet Place, which is literally like the red light bulb. And then it was like baked beans and mashed potatoes. It just was really good. What was, my little puff marshmallow thing was really disappointing. He looked like a little sadness. He looked like a melting face. The twisted tater was good-ish. Pizza fries were straight up not good. Honestly, the best food we had at HHN was prior in City Walk. Let me tell you, Vivo, 10 on 10, went like 2 or 3 times. Oh, there's a lot of questions on how many times we went to HHN. I think we went 8 times. We went a lot. I'm HHN'd out. We're done. We had the rush of fear. So we joke and we call it the Canadian pass because we have to go back home. But it was until the 21st of September. We're at capacity. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of screaming. It's a lot of drinking. Your body can only handle so much. But we had a great time. But I'm good. I might change my mind. Mid-October, I'm going to be like, I want to go and do more. Or maybe by like October, I don't know, 31st, I'm going to be like, I'm ready. I'm gonna miss it. But I did really love it. I'm trying to think of my favorite food that I had. I had food at Minions Cafe and it was really, so we went to Vivo. We did in City Walk. The Mexican restaurant, we went twice. So good. Big Fire, so good. We tried to go to the NBC Sports Grill. That was a weird experience. We didn't eat there. Just the person at the desk was like super weird. She's like, like you can leave your name, but like there's no guarantee you'll eat here tonight. And I was like, okay, we'll just go somewhere else. All right, no problemo. Do I ever miss our old home? Yeah, there's times where like even this year, like going into decorating for Halloween, yeah, I love that house, but like we were there for 7, 8 years. We were there for a long time. And I think this is just a different phase of our life and we love our new home in Canada. So yes. Do I have a posting schedule? Yes. I think it's up on my computer. I showed it in the background of a reel I recently did, and I showed how I set up my content as a creator. And I have like a Google sheet where I plan out every single video that's going to be filmed a little bit ahead of time. And then I know the Know Your Worth series. In terms of posting daily shorts and reels and TikToks and stuff, that I have no game plan. I just kind of go with the wind. I should do one day where it's just assumptions, because there's so many assumptions. Am I fighting with people? Hard no. Will we do a luxe collection? This was the luxe collection with more colors. You're not ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, what is this year's Daily Grind podcast theme? Well, you'll see it by now, but it's called the Know Your Worth series. There's a lot of you that are saying nothing to ask, just want to say thank you for everything, and you guys are awesome. Thank you. Would we ever sell this house? No. I mean, never say never, but no. There's a lot of questions of like, are you gonna do a video soon? Bro, doing my best here. Top 3 favorite things about Andre. Well, that's a cute question. He's very, okay, we have this joke with our friends, like, what Disney character would you be? And I always tell them, I'm like, he would be Hercules. Because he's so nice. Like, he'll hold the door for like 20 people. He calls old ladies, like if like a grandmother, he'll call them miss, because the grannies love Andre. They love him. Funny story, when we were younger, this is a Halloween story. When we were younger, Andre and I, we were headed to a house party, but my parents asked us if we could deal with the trick-or-treaters first, and we said yeah. We went as cave people, like I sewed our costumes and we went as cave people, like caveman, cavewoman. So Andre had like a thing, he wasn't wearing like a loincloth. It was like a thing with like fur, and then he had like one of those like baton things, and then I put like dirt like on it, like it was bronzer, but I put like dirt on him. Yeah, and we were like cave people. It was cute. It was kind of like giving Flintstones, but like, anyways, there was this grandmother in the neighborhood that went and got another grandmother in the neighborhood, and they trick-or-treated at our house it was my parents' place 3 times. And the 3rd time, there was 3 grannies that came to the door and they're like, is the caveman here? And my mom was like, Andre, there's people here to see you. The old ladies love Andre. He's so polite to them, so he always calls them miss, and they're like, oh, Sonny, I'm too old to be a miss, and he just like smiles and they love him. He's very nice, okay? So he's very chivalrous. He holds the door for people. Like that would be like number 1. He's just like a very gentlemanly gentleman, which I think is a lost thing. It does not exist anymore, to be very chivalrous and very kind, and like he opens the door for me, he pulls my like he's done that since we're kids. Okay, 2nd. People are gonna be like cringe. His muscles would be number 2. And then I think how driven he is would definitely be I think those would be like the top 3. Yeah, he's very driven, very, it's not grit, the word that I'm looking for. Very structured, very determined, but there's a word that I'm looking for that's like, he's very, like he'll always do his workout no matter what. Incredibly loyal is not the right word either. He's very loyal. He loves something, he sticks with it, including me, which is great. But the word I'm looking, he's also very smart, because I want to ask him what the word is and he would know right away what I'm trying to say. What is the word that I'm looking for? Magoo, what's a word for like grit? Disciplined. He's a genius. Yes, thank you. What is a goal that we have not achieved? And there's a lot of questions about this said goal also. No, we are not Club 33. And no, when we do get it, we will not talk about it because you're not allowed to talk about it. But no, we're not. It's a very like private thing apparently. I hope that it would be understood, not by you guys, by like the Disney people, that I would like never film it. Like you're not allowed to, you have to like respect the privacy and you don't share it and you don't talk about it, and I would never. But no, we've been on the wait list for it feels like a really long time. That would be a goal, because I would love to, I think it would be the best way for us to have my parents have never done Disney. I don't feel like they understand how much that they would enjoy it, and I think that would help them enjoy it that much more. I would also love it for Andre's parents to be able to experience it that way. So yeah, I think it'd be really cool. There's like lounges and stuff, but you're not supposed to like film or put anything on social media just for people's privacy, as well as just like, which also, who wants to like film all that? I would never, but no, we're not. But when we are, you're not gonna know. You might know because we might do more rides. But I can't share it. So that's a big goal. We want to spread the Disney love with our families and siblings. So that'd be a big goal. Okay, let's do a few more, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Can you do more vlogs? Can you vlog every day in October? Can you do more videos? Yes, I will do my best with 2 videos a day. I'm trying. Do you ever get anxiety? What do you do if you do get, yeah, sometimes I'll get like I'm human. Sometimes I'll get like random bouts of anxiety. So Andre too, like, and what's really good is we know each other so well that we can pick up when the other person's like anxious about something. It can be the most random thing that causes it. Sometimes it can be as simple as just too much caffeine and I haven't eaten. And sometimes I try and be very aware of that, because I find like if I don't become aware of it, I over rotate on the fact that I'm anxious and that makes me anxious. But yes, there's been many times. I'm not a great fly. I don't love to fly, so that makes me anxious. Andre and I are both very type A. We're very productive people. So when things aren't moving along, we get anxiety. Yeah, like we deal with it. Do I do my best to not sit and over rotate on it? Absolutely. Because what I've learned, I have this like line with myself that I'm like, cry, it's not going to fix it and it's not going to make it go faster. So I just try to work through it. And one thing that brings me so much joy is problem solving. I think it's just the way that I was raised. Like both my parents are like that. I just love problem solving. So if I know that I can solve the problem, I'm going to get like a little shot of serotonin and I'm going to feel good and we're going to be okay. And that's what I try and remind myself of. Sometimes easier said than done. But I find mapping out, that's why I created the way that I plan. I just map out everything that I have to do. I pick 3 things and that alone makes me feel so much better. Just first thing in the morning, I do that and it helps a ton. Some of you guys are trying, I'm looking at it over there. Some of you guys are trying to guess certain things. I'm not spilling too many beans. Oh, how do I film everything? Oh, I'm literally looking for my camera. I film a lot on my phone. The camera that I'm on, I can link it on my stories. Again, I did the other day. I can link it down below. I've used the same vlogging camera for longer than I've ever used any camera. I like it. It's small, it's cute. It has like a microphone attachment. The screen, like I'm looking at the screen right now, it like pops out. It's awesome. I really like it. So I can link that down below. Do you and Andre ever argue? No, we're absolutely perfection. We are like Martians and we are like, good morning. How are you? I love you. All the time. No, of course we fight. Don't ever believe anything that you see on TV or social media. I've been on this planet long enough to know that that's not real life. Yes, and we have a very interesting way of arguing where it's very quick. We're both very passionate people is how I would describe it. So if we disagree on something, it's very quick. We're also both French, very heated, very passionate. I would never say explosive, that's not the right word, but very heated and very passionate. Sometimes with a higher level of decibels. Italians and French people understand what I'm saying. And then it just goes away and then it's settled and then it's like, we're good. So we have a really fast, and we've worked many years to do this, but we have a very fast bounce back. The longest that a fight will usually last is like, and usually it's like 5 minutes, but then we'll just like simmer for like an hour. He'll go do a workout, I'll do a workout, and we'll be fine. So quick bounce back. Took years to do that. Bounce back is important. Don't linger on it for a long time. And I got asked this the other day. Is your best marriage advice to not go to bed angry? No, go to bed. Go to bed. Even if you're angry, sleep on it. Talk about it the next day. Chances are you're either hungry or you're tired. Go to bed. If your big tip is to not go to bed angry, that's okay too. But for us, go to bed. Sleep. Chill out. Might be tired. Do I miss living in the city? No. I might one day. I feel like so many people want me to go back to the city and I'm like, I didn't like it, dude. I'm happy. I literally, like I wake up in the morning at this house too, but in the country, in Canada, and I'm like, I just love it here so much. Like we're just very happy. So no, I don't miss it. What is your favorite Halloween cocktail? I don't know. I'll probably discover it this year. I want to do like glittery ones with like cobwebs and like shrunken. Oh, I did like a shrunken apple head thing last year. That was fun. Budget-friendly ways to decorate seasonally. DIY things. I love a good DIY. Makes me so happy. Oh, what's the martial arts that Andre is into? He does Muay Thai. Mostly just Muay Thai. He does other ones, but he's really, really good at it. And he actually helps other people train. He won't compete though, which I love. I told him no competing and no cauliflower ear, which he agrees on both of those, but he's very, very good at it. He's like built like a fighter too. Like I think it's just like genetically, he's like very strong at that, but he's very athletic. He plays hockey and other stuff too. So he's good at all sports, unlike me. Not my strong suit. Any more Disney cruises? I feel like that can be maybe the last question. I'll do like one big swipe and I'll try and find one where there's a lot. More Disney cruises. We're not booked for any. I need to figure out this nausea thing because that gives me anxiety about going because I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel like I'm gonna every time. So I think I need something that's stronger than Bonine or to figure it out. My friends also believe that where we were on the boat the last time could have contributed to it. I'm very nervous to book another one if I'm gonna feel like that again because it takes me like the full first half of the first day to get past it and it's just a lot. Okay, let's pick one more. Is the cabin home our forever home? Okay, well, never say forever, but I like that we can plan for these big crazy projects like building a little side garage for Andre. And did you just get excited? He literally just went like, ooh. But just cool future projects, expanding the house, just doing cool things with it. So yeah, I don't say forever all the time, but right now, yeah, probably. Like, I mean, we wouldn't have jumped into that type of situation. And I love how much, like, he loves it more than I do now. Like he loves the truck and the country life and like it's so him. And we have our little tractor thing now too. So like it's just such a vibe. And I feel like everything we've done so far, like the little changes we've made in the past year of, by the way, I recognize that in my morning routine video, I said that we've been in the house for 6 months. That's me having zero concept of time. We're coming up on a year. So maybe time just flew. I don't know. In my head, whenever I was filming that, I thought it was like March. No, you've been in the house for almost a year, Angie. So we moved in on November 1st, slowly moved in. So yeah, it's been epic. The small little changes that we've done, like fixing the garage to be able to fit the truck, paving the driveway, like things that we're doing along the way are just making it more ours, which we knew would make us love it. We did the stairs right when we moved in. We fixed the mantle to just make it more chunky and rustic. It literally looks like this one. And we're just gonna keep going. And I feel like the kitchen's gonna be amazing. And I can't wait to take you guys on that. One thing that we did in the basement that I'm gonna do through the whole house is way more lights, brighter lights. Like the lights in that house are very dark and dim, which makes it very difficult to film on camera, but it's gonna continuously improve and just lighten and add more windows. And there's big goals, which we love that, like the sky's the limit, and it makes us be creative and dream bigger and never be complacent. So that would be, and I saw a lot of questions about like, how do you stay motivated? Don't stay stagnant, have big goals. Even if they're scary as heck, have big goals and don't let anybody tell you that you can't. And if somebody has an opinion of stuff, like whatever, do your thing. What's more important? Your goals and this big, exciting thing that you want to achieve. And like when you think about it, whatever it might be, like my very first goal was just to be able to afford a Disney trip and to be able to pay for that first Disney trip with Andre. That goal, and then it became like Golden Oak and all of that stuff. That goal was so much more important than whatever somebody's random opinion of me would have been, or like what they maybe were thinking. And when you can get past that, it's super, super helpful. And also, if someone, my mom used to always say this in such a good line, if someone's like talking about you or you think that they're talking about you or they have an opinion about you, they need to get a magazine and a hobby. So if they have that much time on their hands and you are their number one thought, bless their heart, they need to get a magazine, take up knitting, gardening, whatever, and you go on your merry way. That's all. Do your thing, man. Don't let anybody's opinions or possible opinions stop you. Have your popcorn and your cocktail and go after those dreams. I hope this was helpful. I feel like I spilled a lot of tea. I feel like I held back some beans because I can't spill all the beans yet because there's certain things that I don't think I'm allowed to say yet, and I'm literally staring at a big one. Hopefully I created a lot of clarity on stuff, answered some questions. I know this was a chatty one, but hopefully it was good for you guys. I know you guys like these. I'll do another one and try and answer as much as I possibly can, but this was fun. You guys are amazing. I'm gonna go eat lunch now that I've had popcorn and what are these called? Cutwater. I heard the funniest story about it was like a meme that I saw the other day, and she said, I just had my second Cutwater and I'm responding to everybody's Instagram stories as though they're privately DMing me. And I was like, that is the truth. They're strong. I just had like half of one. You should do it. They're super fun. Okay, we're gonna go out into the Disney worlds and enjoy our last full day here, and then we're gonna see you guys in Canada, and that house better buckle up because it's not even ready. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye, dudes.